Greetings once again. I am Russ Hatfield, and my higher dimensional twin soul is named Kara. She is behind my shoulder and is a member of Ashtar Command. The editorial from August is all about the past, present, and future. We call this one the opening of the third act in the 21st century. For a full transcript of this editorial, please go to our main homepage at HadesBasedNews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now we present the opening of the third act in the 21st century. The past, present, and future are defined by generational transitions as each group takes over from the next. Prior to the boomers was the silent generation, so named for the tendency not to speak out as they had been taught to be seen but not heard. The boomer generation came next, and they had no problem speaking out and did so, and do so quite frequently. What followed were Generation X, Millennials, and so on, though what we want to talk about are the distinct differences as each hands off to a world unrecognizable from the one when they came into dominance. The momentum of the evolution of the consciousness has been speeding up with each new generation, and what seems like a breakneck speed in the technology we see today will be viewed as antiques as time marches on. Take, for example, the world the boomers inherited. What seemed like a world of top-of-the-line technological advances in the 60s would be a hellscape to anyone in their 20s today. 3 channels of color TV was exciting stuff back then, as most of the broadcasting was still in black and white. Radio had been replaced as a major form of entertainment, and area codes made dialing a telephone much easier. Social media consisted of community get-togethers along with letters, calls, and visits to friends and family. This is all light years ahead of what had come before as far as an openness to discuss spirituality without religion. Life on other planets, and the possibility that we were not the only intelligent race in the galaxy was opening minds like never before. 60 years on, and so much has changed in that time that it feels like the second act in the grand production called life on third-dimensional Earth is just ending with the third act ready to take the stage. Several game changers taking place in this transition include AI, and the possibilities and challenges to come with its continued development. Climate change seems ready to hit some major tipping points, and divisions in every realm of society threaten to split it in 2 different directions at once. Those game changers define where the 2 acts diverge, much as the advent of television, protests, and rock and roll ushered out the preceding act. What comes next is nothing but question marks, as is always the case about the future. What is inevitable is that the status quo will be maintained until that is no longer possible. The sound of silence in the first act was drowned out by the voices who insisted on change and were answered with the world we see today. Imagine how loud the third act will be should the status quo continue to be a death sentence to the society we enjoy now. The bulk of the knowledge passed on by Ashtar Command and the Galactic Federation all took place throughout the second act, though it didn't take off until about the 90s. This has been in preparation for this third act, when the power of the mind may prove more powerful than the power of the purse. In love, light, and wisdom as one, Russ and Kara.